Oh, hey guys. Currently passing a rest area that I slept at about, a month ago, south of Billings. Right where that flatbed was, actually. Right there. Really quiet. It's even more quiet in the wintertime. Well, pretty much all of Montana's really quiet in the wintertime. It's like half these trucks just go Thanos into thin air, just magic. It's magic. It's magically gone. But let me tell you, this truck is a whole quiet truck now. Got the fan clutch replaced. Fine. Well, finally. I stopped putting it off. Got it done. I actually beat myself up because, believe it or not, so with the okay, I was gonna say something, but I'll kind of backtrack a little bit. With the Volvo, I had the what's it, Vixis? Whatever. It's electronic fan clutch, right? Which means it's very expensive, right? It's anywhere from $1,600 to $1,900, depending on where in the country you get it. You might be able to get it a little cheaper. You could probably get it cheaper if you don't go OEM. But that's one thing. That's one of the very few things on this truck that I will specifically say OEM, because a shitty fan clutch can bring your truck down, right? Or make you spend more money than you would have done anyways if you just ended up doing it. So you should be able to do the fan clutch. Remove it, put a new one in 2.5, 3.5 hours. Book calls for 6 because they want you to take literally everything apart. Drain the coolant, move the coolant reservoir, move the charge air pipe, tilt the radiator forward. Which you don't have to do. I will say it's not a lot. They end up having to do it, right? So, but the shop struggled, but to be fair to him, well, his office will never ever pulled a fan clutch out of a Volvo. The stud bolts on the I don't know if they're all the same, but the stud bolts on the Volvo are about an inch longer than the mount, so you have that pass through, and it's a lot of clearance you need to get around, especially when you're literally just slightly. It's like a half an inch, of like room you need to finesse it out. But if you can't get off the studs, because there's like 4 of them, and it rotates with you, so it's a little bit of a fucking issue. Anyways, it's definitely easier with 2 people. You do need to remove the charge air pipe though on the driver's side though, for sure, because you're gonna need that clearance, right? And you can turn each fan blade from the passenger side and unbolt it. Each blade bolt, another blade bolt, and just push the blade forward, right? You definitely want to help though. You're definitely going to want to help. You don't, I don't know. You shouldn't have to take the rest of the truck apart. But you're going to need at least 2 people to definitely make it easy. One person on the passenger side, preferably one with skinnier arms, because you're not going to have a lot of room. Not going to have a lot of room, right? And you're going to want the person over there with the smaller, skinnier arms. You still need arm length though. Pulling and tilting, because it's rounded, right? The front of the fan clutch is rounded, so you want to kind of like wiggle side to side and turn at the same time as you're wiggling out towards the driver's side, right? And the driver's side person is going to be kind of winching it up and helping you get it up, like, because you really can't do both from the passenger side. You really can't. It is definitely easier though if you drain the coolant and push the radiator, which they ended up doing. I don't think they had to, based on the fact that I beat myself up wiggling it out. I got some pretty nasty color bruises on my arm, slamming my arm into metal. And it wasn't like I was slamming hard, just kind of just ricocheting off the walls, the metal, whatever it was, whatever up there I was hitting. I will say though, definitely makes it way easier though, just to kind of drain the coolant and tilt the radiator forward. Granted though, if you do that, you're taking off a lot more shit, so, because the coolant reservoir is coming off, the little, the thermostat pipe coming off, the charge air cooler on the driver's side is coming off, you know, so you got a lot more shit coming off, so a lot more bolts, a lot more screws you can just lose. Although, you don't need to take off the coolant reservoir. I think the guy just did it just as a pretty much, he drained the coolant to do it anyways, because it bolts to the top of the radiator, so it doesn't bolt to the truck, because it bolts to the radiator, and you're just tilting the radiator forward anyways. But, since he ended up doing that, which, when I got it out, he wasn't pushing on the radiator, right? Like, he wasn't pushing on with his free arm, because he just had to pull it up, right? I was doing two-hand work. Yeah, I love how I paid for a shot to do it, which I'm not shitting on him anyways. It helped me learn some things, right? And we both learned, but he didn't push on the radiator. But I did say at this point, I was like, well, since you got it done, since you got it, radiator forward, I was like, you want me to get up on top of the engine and just like leg push the radiator forward, you know, to get it drop it back in? And he's like, nah, which I ended up doing anyways with somebody else. That thing just fell in. But hey, truck's quiet as fuck now. Really, really quiet. And matter of fact, I've gained in PG. Actually quite a bit. So I've gained in from 0.3 to 0.4. Like right now, I'm at 7.3 with a 30,000 pound load. I was at 7.1 in Missoula, and this truck 2 weeks ago would have been struggling. Even with the AirDog. The AirDog has also helped out, right? Because, put this in perspective, I'm still averaging 7.2 for the whole month. Now that's also with something worn out, right? But you know, I probably won't see the full benefit of everything. AirDog, fan clutch, I'll get the injectors, but that's probably gonna have to be Christmas, just because due to the downtime of some other things I'm gonna do with it. I don't have enough time on these loads to get all the shit done, and I'm not willing to sit a day in Denver, or a day and a half in Denver, or wherever, and push out, because my loads take a whole week, and push out. What up, cat? Push out, you know, the load and mess up next week where I don't get a load next week, right? Not want to do that. Just not willing to. Especially when my injectors are not at replacement level. I'm just doing preemptively to save myself headaches, you know, down the road, right? But you know, it's been a good month and a half. Got new brakes, you got a new fan clutch. What else? I got one more thing done. I don't remember. Second week of September, I'm probably going to do the front end alignment, whole front end, well, alignment too. And then, I don't know, a month after that, I'm going to do the fifth wheel. And then that'll be it. Well, I'll plan shit until Christmas. Hi, cat. Yeah, I can say hi. Which, by the way, he's going home for a couple weeks. I'm going to drop him off the house, get him into the vet for his annual checkup. Do a little urine test on him too. He had a little mini episode last week, which it was just a day episode, but a little mini episode. Can you see, please? He's also very well behaved. He's got manners. But we'll get there. It's gonna be weird though, not having it in the truck for a couple weeks. Yeah, very weird. You know, it's also a little lame though. So Friday, I ended up dying pretty much. When I mean died, I mean I fell asleep at like 1700 and I didn't wake up for like 12 and a half hours, right? You know, 1700, 1730, I don't know I don't remember exactly when I fell asleep. My Fitbit told me I got 12 and a half hours sleep. I mean, I woke up No alarm set. Didn't even call me. Felt amazing, right? I was like, dude, I could fucking run. I could definitely run right now. And my load wasn't ready till 11, which kind of blows. I'm thinking I'm going to start getting up and probably loading myself. Because they got pallet jacks, they got forklifts, they got battery operated pallet jacks, right? Maybe it's time that I can learn how to load my own trailers though. So I can get like, I don't know, 5:30, 6, and be out by 7, 7:30, you know? As long as the shit's ready, you know? What's the matter, cat? Is this one thing getting out by 9, 11 though? I didn't get very far. I only did like 500 and what, 60 miles yesterday. Because not to mention that 11 really noon, because I'm going forward the first day an hour. So I mean, I drove till, I don't remember where I drove. I don't know. I'm not exactly rested. Let's put it that way. I'm a little worn out, and that's kind of a bummer considering how well I felt yesterday. Just how good. Like, I don't need 12.5 hours of sleep, but I mean, based off the week before that, you know, because I came out of the shop in Denver getting the fan clutch. It just felt nice, right? It felt nice. Oh my god. Especially after though, you know, like last time going east, I blew that tire, right? Had that car accident happen going westbound in front of me. Which, there's a dash cam video, just, you know, go see it. You know, all you gotta do is go watch it. Look at the westbound lanes. And if you hear the tire screeching, or the screeching, you've already missed it, if you haven't caught it by that point. It happens very quickly, right? Although that 911 call was kind of funny. They're all like, were you involved? No. I'm going eastbound. Okay, anybody, could you tell anybody was hurt? Nope, it was still in progress. Like, I kept telling them, like, no, you know, it was in progress like 3 or 4 times, right? Until they, like, because like when I passed it, it was literally still happening. They hadn't even pulled over yet and parked yet, right? I don't even, like, I went through there going west on my last week, and I can see the tire screech, the tire marks. I could tell they eventually got off to the side of the road, but I don't know how the fuck the truck, because I went back and watched too. That truck merged into the right lane into the car, and it wasn't like it's a little ass car where it's like the size of, like, you know, right below the hood, right? Even with no hood mirror, it's a Nissan Altima. Or Maxima, right? But a new one. That is tall enough to notice, even with no hood mirrors. All you gotta do, especially where, you know, if you're hitting the driver's side door with the corner of your bumper, right? The hood mirror, pretty much where my hood mirror would be, you're hitting the corner of the bumper there. You can see the car. All you gotta do literally is look. I mean, how do you switch lanes and not even look, right? Like, even if you look at your door mirror, the car's still within your sight. Yes, drivers. And again, like, hey, you know, driver doing driver things, right? Finished my load actually going west, going west over there in, where the fuck was that? Oh, I guess it's Puyallup. Even though it looks like Poo-Alla, right? I don't know how you get pie from P-U-Y, but I guess instead of the U silent, Puyallup. Okay, I guess I never thought about it. I'm at the Fred Meyer, you know, which I would unload that myself. Been in and out for like an easy peasy 1 hour, but the one pallet's on top of another pallet and sideways, so. And it was heavy enough product I was not going to downstack and reach up at pec level and bring shit down. It's just too risky, you know. But sitting there outside, I see a popo come in with lights. I'm like, oh no, somebody's truck get hit. Then I see 2 fire trucks come in. I was like, oh no. Because I do look to my left where that copper went, right? And I'm like, I see a truck pulled all the way, like nose all the way out. I can't tell though if he kind of bumped the trailer or whatever, or dropped the trailer in front of him. But he's nosed all the way out, right? So I'm like, did he maybe have like a medical, like an episode, heart attack, something, pulling out, seizure, and that's just, this is their signing to him. Then I'm like, and I see 3 more popos show up. And one of them looks, might be a DOT inspector, it's got to pick up the topper. I'm like, all right. The inspector tells me this is not like a self-contained incident. Incident in 8 miles. I don't like that. So at the point too, I've had the green light. I haven't got my lumper. It's been like 3 hours, right? 2.5 hours, whatever. Go in there. I'm like, hey, they got a lumper because I never got a link, and I guess she just accidentally hit the it's been paid button and not needs to be paid, which was paid in 55 minutes. But I ended up asking them, and I guess some driver got out of this truck and some guy was pulling out or backing in. I'm not too sure. But anyways, he got pinched between the trailer and his truck. Obviously, he didn't kill him because he left in an ambulance. He was hurt, right? I mean, although it said it didn't seem like it was fatal or to be fatal. It just seems like he got a little beat up, which makes sense. Getting sandwiched between a truck and a trailer is going to do that to a squishy human being. It's also why I told the girlfriend when I first started bringing her out here on the truck, I was like, number one rule, not really number one, when there's kind of two, is head on a swivel and always assume that nobody sees you. Alright? And even if you think they see you fucking stop and make sure, right? It's also why I don't walk through the middle of the aisle. Like, I hug trucks and stuff, but not hug them to where, like, especially like on a hood truck where you're right in front of them. If you can't see where the head would be, they can't see you, right? But just crazy. Not to mention it was like 1:30. It was dark, like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning when day started showing up, right? We should have half the warehouse down. Just trip plan. It always amazes me when people are like, oh, just trip plan. Oh, just fucking trip plan. Meanwhile, I saw 3 trucks now stuck over there because they're heading to the doors. When all these first responders are showing up, right? Heading to the doors, now there's 3 in a line stuck. But the warehouse worker had to go out them and on site with tablets, start reassigning them doors and everything. But they were sitting there for like 30, 40 minutes, right? Also have that warehouse shut down over there. Oh, the trip plan. Yeah, I'd like to see them trip plan with some shit like that, right? Where you're there for at least 2 to 3 hours longer. I mean, it's all 2 o'clock in the morning, right? There ain't no fucking parking in Seattle anyways that time of night. Although, I know where to park nearby there. I ain't sharing because it's limited parking. And it's only 10 minutes away, so sweet. Because before that, I used to come down about 20-ish minutes away, 30 minutes away, on the east of there. But coming from the west side, about 10 minutes away. Yeah, way better. Time to take a drink. Kind of over these C4 creamsicle ones. They're not, I don't know. Silly me overestimating how much I like this flavor when I tried a couple of them before I bulk buy. But luckily, I only got like 4 cans left, right? 4 or 5 cans left. So, and I got my new drinks at home, right? I got C4 Cherry Limeade, amazing shit. Serial Killer, good. Oh, that Cherry Limeade is probably my number one. Got the Ghost. I also got C4 and got Ghost. Ghost, Cherry Limeade. And then I don't remember the other Ghost I got. Was it Strabango? I think it's Strabango. Which that's just a great name. That's just a great fucking name. But I am definitely really excited to see what this truck's gonna do coming out of Christmas. You know, gonna get new injectors. I mean, I got an injector that's like mid 30% now because of the Airdog. It was like 50%, which an overhead ain't gonna fully fix that. I've had an overhead. It didn't do much. It didn't do much. It could have been bad overhead. Possible, right? Possible. Am I want to maybe get another overhead before Christmas? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Either way. The problem is too is like, oh, we got something up here. Problem is with that, like I said, there's only so much I can do with the time. Is the front end's gonna take all day, right? The front end's gonna take all day. It's 8 hours of labor. Plus they gotta have that mobile alignment guy come out, right? But luckily he's want to come out after business hours, so that helps me out actually. So even they put 2 mechanics on my front end, which they're willing to do. I just gotta give them more notice, or they'll probably do a mechanic and apprentice or something like that, right? Is even so 8 hours, even cut it in half 4, it's probably be closer to 6, so you know, expect some things to not come off, you know, be seized. Expect things not to come off though. There he is. Okay, let's see. What left lane? Left lane closed. I'm gonna get somebody wrecked. Is it a truck though? But it's still gonna take 6 hours, and the alignment's gonna still take a couple hours, right? So it's like, it's still, there you go, 8 hours, right? Even if it's 9 hours, right? There you go. There's a whole day. Even if I get to 7 a.m., it's 1700, 1800 by the time I'm done, right? Full day, and I could be done in Denver, or I could have more deliveries starting, you know, midnight, whatever, right? I'm kind of curious what's over this hill. I haven't seen anything yet, and that little pickup's brake lights didn't light up, so it's always a good sign, right? And then with the fifth wheel, okay, that's also an all-day job. They're quoting book. They are quoting book on these, right? And this already got cleaned up. Huh. I'm gonna guess it was right here. Where all these marks are. I don't know. But the fifth wheel it's gonna be 8 hours, right? Which I think it's gonna be closer to 6. But the fifth wheel is it's a whole assembly, right? So that helps speed it up. Plus the torsion bars underneath, so it's probably gonna be closer to 6, yeah. And also both of those combined, I'm looking about like 9,500, you know. So thank God my drives hold alignment, so that gives me a little bit more room to deal with on their bushings. I'll save those for after New Year's, right? So I still got to get new drive tires too. So there's like $5,000 with discount, with labor included, you know. Yeah. You got to spend a shit ton of money going into Christmas. Yeah. There's always something though with these trucks, but anyways, you guys stay safe out there. Catch you next time.